Hello, everybody. We are here. We are live, and we get to see the LSU Tigers, number 3 in the country, versus Kent State here in Baton Rouge. And this should be a really good one. Got a really good offenses on both sides. LSU's offense here at home, high-powered, prolific. We should hope to get some really good scoring here. I'm brought to you by PX1 Sports Production, and this is going to be a CFSL game. And I got Cole Mantle in the booth with me tonight. Cole, how you doing?
Hey, it's great to be here. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for this. Well, we'll see how the rain affects a bit, which should be a high-powered, high-scoring game, hopefully.
Yeah, so the weather just affecting the country tonight. Hopefully, we get some good, passing games, because LSU has a really good offense as we take one up the field here. Breaks a tackle, gets about 8 yards on the keeper. Justin Morris Jr., they're definitely going to move that ball with him. JMJ, basically, LSU goes as he goes.
Yep, JMJ set career high for most passing categories last week for Missouri against the game for Missouri, and he's probably going to try to continue it here.
Yeah, pump fake to the right there. Got a blitz coming off, and just, wow, Apollo Jackson gets lit up on that one.
Apollo Jackson showing that Kent State, they got a lot of great defensive talent. They may be in the MAC, but that doesn't mean they don't have some players that can play. Apollo Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, Matthew Presage there just blowing him up in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Let's see if JMJ can get the Tigers a first down. They were really good, Cole, last week against Missouri. 50% on 3rd down conversions. Here, steps back, passes, and dropped. Weather?
Possibly. Was that Jackson for LSU that dropped that, I believe?
That looked like that might have been the tight end, Tim Smith. Didn't get a good look on that one. But either way, 50% last week against Missouri. This time, 3 and out. Kent State gets the ball, get a good return here, and actually about 8 yards there. Good tackle, wrap up in the backfield.
Yeah, definitely a good start for this Kent State defense. You always want to get a 3 and out when possible, especially when you get later into this game as an away game. Good start for Kent State. Probably the best they could have hoped for this road game.
Yeah, so here we go with Cairo Croft, and he's a pretty elite QB, transferred from Oklahoma, gets a nice little 7-yard pass there to Grigley, who's a stud, had a great first week. Cairo Croft, lot to talk about with Cairo Croft. What do you see when you look at Cairo Croft?
Well, if there's one thing he can do well, it's throw the ball. He's set records before, and I expect fully to see him try to do it again here at Kent State.
Yeah, wow, Grigley just gets lit up by Stover in the backfield. Look at this, just off the edge here. Doesn't get a block. Boom, lit up.
And I was about to talk about Grigley as well, because he's actually second right now in some rushing categories in the CFSL, but not a good first run.
Yeah, let's see if Croft can pick up the first down. A little dump off to the middle. Now that's the back-to-back drives here, one for Kent State, one for LSU, where both receivers dropped the ball. Looked like they both could have had first downs. Rain's maybe going to play a factor in this game?
Yeah, well, 2 3 and outs in a row. I know both these offenses have thrived with the passing game, but right now it might be a question of who has a better running back.
And LSU is going to actually get a good return all the way up to midfield. That's a 25-yard punt return. It had some good blocking, gets it all the way up. Colby Weismer.
Yeah, great return by him. And, as I was saying, we'll see if the running backs can try to push in this rain.
Yeah, so JMJ actually stepped back, was looking around. He's keeping this one, and he's got 10 yards. Yep, he's all the way down. That's a good one by Justin Morris Jr. I honestly, they have a lot of good receivers on this LSU offense. All of them highly touted prospects coming out as we go into a 4-wide set, single tailback. And he's actually out in motion, so all 5 out. Has plenty of time to throw, gets one out to the halfback here, and that's another 12 yards from Christopher Jones.
Well, we got some running backs who are catching and some quarterbacks that are running. LSU's pretty good at that. They're able to keep the defenses guessing, and that's going to be crucial for them against this defense here.
Yeah, I got three wideouts on the left side here. Let's see what Kent State's defense throws at him. He has plenty of time to throw. Throws deep down the left side and just overthrown. 2 for 4 right now. JMJ has them outside of the red zone. Let's see if they can't get going. Haven't really seen them run the ball a whole lot unless it was a keeper. Steps back, throws across the middle, wide open. And that's a 14-yard reception by Dominique Flores.
Yeah, Flores, one of 3 elite wide receivers on this LSU offense, could be crucial. Earlier before the game, we got some comments from the LSU team, and their main talking points, get to those 3 wide receivers who are elite.
Yeah, so we're inside the red zone now on the keeper, and Justin Morris Jr., nothing really there. Trey White got into the backfield. Looks like some slippage. Weather definitely playing a key tonight, but 2nd and 14 has the ability here inside the red zone. We should be looking for points. What do you think, Cole?
Yeah, great play by the 3-star Trey White. Expect him to be very involved.
Yeah, all right, steps back, plenty of time, looks across, comes back to the ball. Tim Smith still grabs it, though, puts him into a 3rd and 10 situation. What kind of play calling are you looking for?
Well, you're in the red zone. You got 3 wide receivers that are some of the best in the game. If they're covered, you got a tight end who knows how to catch as well. I say go through the air here.
Going through the air, you got 3 wide receivers. They actually do a draw play, and this one, does he pick up the first? Christopher Jones doesn't pick up the first. So that's a Kent State stop, and LSU brings out the kicking team.
Yeah, definitely not what they wanted. I'm really confused there, especially when it's 3rd and 10 in the red zone, why you don't go in the air. But obviously they thought they were going to try to catch Kent State off guard. It doesn't work out for them. But, hey, at least LSU's on the board with 3, and the game's still in the first quarter. We got plenty of time to go.
Yeah, attack 3 on the board. The kick is good, even in the rain, even if the offense is struggling a bit. Good stop by Kent State on both series here for the 2 opening series. And it looks like the weather is actually going to play a major role. Which team is actually going to switch from the passing game and maybe start to run the ball some more? We'll have to see on that one, Cole.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You have Kent State. They got Grigley, elite running back. But so far, I've liked what I've seen from Christopher Jones, the main guy for LSU. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, fake handoff there. Looking around. Croft, time. Throws deep and, almost gets this one picked off.
Yeah, it was, I believe, Derek Freeman. Really great anticipation of the play there. I'm really excited for this LSU defense. They're going to have a lot of fun with Cairo tonight.
Well, we got trips on the top side. And just a quick bubble screen to the receiver, and he picks up 7. Cole, the wide receiver bubble screens haven't really looked great in the CFSL this year. They're really high risk, high reward, and it's been better for the defense.
Yeah, at that point, I believe it was maybe Weiserma on that tackle, and it was
and he gets brought down. Kyle Croft trying to pick up the 3rd down, gets sacked for -9 by Caleb Shepard.
LSU defense. I was trying to talk about it before on the last play. Kyra Croft, he's really got to figure out. I know he's got some good weapons, some good players he can throw to, but this LSU defense, from up front, down back, all throughout it, they got elites, they got 5 stars. They're going to be a force that Kyra Croft's going to have to really deal with.
Yeah, LSU, they know how to recruit, how to bring people down here to Baton Rouge. They don't care about playing in the rain. They just want to get dirty. And we got a punt here as LSU's picking the ball back up on the 50. And Kent State actually slips a tackle. Kent State can't wrap him up when they have the chance. That's an 11-yard return by Colby Wiseman. So what, if anything, does Kent State need to do? They actually had a rough game in week 1.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see this Kent State team right now. They got to get out of their own zone. That 3 and out, look where the starting field position is for the Tigers.
Yeah, and they're already over on the other side of the 50 here. And that one just kind of thrown away. Looked like he had some pressure, but yeah, I don't know. We need to see Justin Morris have another efficient game like he did in week 1 where he's 29 of 40. Maybe the weather is affecting. A little bubble screen. There it is, Cole. I told you, They look dangerous.
They keep getting the pass deflected and all that. I'm really interested. I believe it was Christopher Jones. Let's see if they can get him involved.
Well, we go to 5 wideouts here, and he should be passing on 3rd and 10. This one's open, catches it, and Dominique Flores with the 26-yard reception. That's what you want to see on 3rd and 10.
Oh, absolutely on 3rd and 10. But in the rain, that's not always going to work, it's looking like. But for right now, Dominique Flores is showing that LSU can throw no matter the weather here in this home crowd.
So Christopher Jones had 20 carries in week 1. He had 80 yards on the ground. I want to see, they went to him here in the red zone. Let's see if they go back to him as they have trips on the right side. And now it's going to be a pass play across the middle in some traffic, but they get a touchdown to Josh Knight for the 15-yard reception. And there you go, first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, we saw earlier that Josh Knight, Paulo Jackson, Flores, all 3 of them are going to be impactful. Paul Jackson had some in the first drive, Flores on the second drive, and on this drive, but now Knight showing just how dangerous these three elite wide receivers are for LSU, and I really expect them to be a big part of this game, rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Okay, well, we'll see, because there's definitely going to be some rain all tonight. They definitely get the extra point, up 10-0. Kent State, though, good drive by the Tigers. Kent State, I mean, this is kind of what you want to see. You don't want to see them put 21 points up on the first 3 drives, so keeping them to 10, that's a small victory, right, Cole?
Absolutely, but they got that touchdown drive, when you get the starting position at the 50 or even past the 50, Kent State's just almost handing them the ball with those 3 great wide receivers. For Kent State, their biggest thing right now, they got to get down the field and at the very, very least prevent LSU from getting good field position on their drives.
Yeah, so we were speaking, Cole, to the head coach of Kent State before the game, and he said that they were going to lean on Andrew Grigley. Haven't really done that early this game. As we step back with Croft, looks right and just overthrows his man to the sideline there. Grigley, though, had a great game week 1 versus Bowling Green. He was 20 carries for 122 yards and a TD. You would think here in the rain they would actually go back to Grigley. We'll see if they do that as Croft steps back, is looking around, and gets the completion. It's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, very much so. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but very much so. Let's see if they go maybe Nickelberry, their elite wide receiver.
Yeah, they're in third and 7 here. They need to do something. And there's Grigley with the draw play, breaks the tackle. Is he gonna? Oh, he gets stopped just shy. It looks like 2 yards shy.
Yeah, we were talking about field position earlier, and this is exactly what the problem is here. Nickelberry and Grigley and Croft, you got 3 elites on that offense, but it just seems they're picking when to use them at the wrong times here. And another bad field position ending drive for Kent State. And LSU, they're going to get starting at the 35. Let's see how far the punt return goes.
Yeah, decent punt return here by Wersima. I honestly, you can't ask for a better start for LSU. Talking about mucky conditions here. We're going to see J.M.J. come out. He had 5 sacks last week. He had a couple of pressures, gets the ball off, hands it off here, and gets about a 3-yard gain there by Christopher Jones. And that's what we're talking about. Are they going to get the run game going?
Absolutely. Christopher Jones, especially in these raining conditions, is going to be crucial, even with LSU's passing game.
Yeah, 3 wideouts to the top of the screen on the right side. Someone's open. There it is. Catch and a flag on the play, even though Smith picks it up. And personal foul, you got clipping, and that's going to go against the offense. So what was a good play? It
was on Knight.
Yeah, it's on Knight. So 2nd and 13, it does dismiss the positive play there, which would have been a first down. So that's tough to see, Cole.
Look for Knight to try to redeem himself here, actually. That's what I would think, especially if the set they're in.
And LSU going back to a trip set. Let's see, J.M.J. has plenty of time. No pressure at all. Gets the foot in.
Yeah, it looks like it. Apollo Jackson there. And Apollo Jackson, we saw on the first drive, and now here, he had 8 receptions for 87 yards. I almost want to see him try to get more on this offense, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see here. Another trip set up to the top right of the screen. J.M.J., plenty of time, low pressure at the end there. Gets it caught, breaks the tackle, and he's pushed out of bounds. There's Jackson again. And like you said, Jackson had the most receptions in week 1. He had 8, and it looks like they're just going right back to where they started in week 1.
Yeah, even on this offense with 3 elite wide receivers, Apollo Jackson might be their best receiver for the Tigers, and that's his 3rd reception of the night already. I definitely think he's going to beat last week's total of 87 yards, especially against this defense.
All right, we'll look for that. This one we have a spread formation. Quick bubble screen to the left, and that one goes nowhere for Josh Knight as Kent State sheds some blocks there and wraps him up.
Not the best start for Knight either, with the penalty and all that. I definitely want to see if he can try to get more involved as well.
But they do what they're doing well, Cole. They're moving the ball. As we get a little bubble screen there to Apollo Jackson, it looks like LSU is finding their groove, finding the niche, getting down into a 3rd-4. Should pick it up with their tendencies so far early in the season.
Definitely like how they're using the short passing running game right now in the rain.
Yeah, for sure. And J.M.J. steps back, looks deep, and that one's caught by Apollo Jackson. Who else on this drive?
I think LSU fans would be happy if I start saying they should go short passes more often, because right after we talk about short passing and running, deep ball to Apollo Jackson, and even in the rain here, Jackson's showing his elite talent at grabbing the ball, getting away from coverage. And this Kent State defense, they already have a tall task, but you can't leave Jackson that wide open.
Yeah, where was Martell Wright or Matthew Coleman? Somebody in that secondary, right? There was nobody back there in the end zone to stop Jackson from catching that one.
Yep. And you knew it was going to be an uphill battle for Kent State coming down to Baton Rouge and all that. But down 17-0, you got to try to score at least 3 points, I think. Hopefully 7 on this drive.
So we're looking for some points. If you're Kent State, if you're LSU, you're looking to control the game, control the momentum, especially here in the rain. As we get a dang good kickoff, and he's all the way down to the 40 on the other side. Kent State Ian Rodgers takes a 62-yarder all the way into LSU territory.
Exactly what the doctor prescribed for Kent State. They were always in their own zone, always in their own half of the field, and that punt return might be the spark they need to at least get towards the red zone.
Yeah, Cole, they might not have had their pre-workout, but something just kicked in to drive right there. As Kyra Croft looks down the left side and does pick it up to Jeff Taylor for a 22-yard reception. That one actually looked wobbly coming out across hands, but what a good catch.
And apparently Taylor didn't have any receptions last week, the 3-star out of Austin, so definitely a good moment for him for his first CFSL catch. I do want to see especially Cairo Santos and his Kyra Croft. I almost said a kicker there. And his great throwing ability.
All right, well, he steps back. He's looking. He has a halfback off to the left, but nothing there for Grigley, and that's a -6 yard after such a good return and then a good catch to keep moving the ball. It puts him outside the red zone. Still in field goal position, though. 2nd and 16 with 3 wide receivers set. And Kyra Croft steps back. He's looking around, has plenty of time. Defense is collapsing in. Grigley catches this one and gets him back inside for forward momentum. Should have put him back inside the red zone.
Well, they're pushing forward and all that, but Grigley, he's been shown that the LSU defense is good at covering him. I'm almost interested to see Croft go again for Taylor or Peters or some of the other less covered guys, see if they can get some of them in the red zone.
Yeah, we got trips to the right, Cole, and he's not even going to get the ball off. He's sacked for 7 yards. And I didn't Benjamin on that one. Alonzo Benjamin with a sack on that one. And actually, he's just doing the containment. He's doing the work.
Yeah, Benjamin with 3 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 sacks last week, showing exactly how dangerous this LSU defensive front is. And Kent State's got itself for a field goal. At least they're on the board.
Yeah, let's see if they can tack this one on. 4th and 20. And they get it up, and it looks good. It looks like he pushed it to the right, Cole.
Yeah. Well,
and yeah, he does. He pushes this one just to the right, so they actually don't come away with anything. That's great if you're LSU.
You're up by 17, so I don't know if a field goal at this point. Sure, you want to keep it a shutout. I'm sure the defense is happy about that.
Yeah, J.M.J. gets one across the middle there to Jackson. Jackson having a big night already. That's 6 receptions for 58 yards. Him and J.M.J. have a great chemistry already working. 2nd and 5 on this one. Got a 2-back set. Let's see if they go to the ground. They do. And, nice little broken tackle there as they pick up the first down. And Christopher Jones with the get off me going for that first down.
Absolutely. And going back to Justin Morris, 12 for 16, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns so far. If he can keep this up, he's going to have a great game.
Oh, on the keeper. Almost gets stopped in the backfield, but this one he's actually going to go. He's at the 35, the 30, 25. He actually has 2 men to beat, and he gets tripped up. It's at the 15-yard line. That is a beautiful keeper. So here at the end of the first quarter, it's 17-0, LSU with the lead. We'll be right back with the CFSL after this break. And I'm back with Cole in the booth, and LSU 17-0 over Kent State here to start the second half, and they're driving inside the red zone. J.M.J. in the pocket. He's going to keep it. Doesn't go anywhere with it, though, and he's actually going to get a sack.
Yeah, you can see good work on Prestige right there, but J.M.J., he had so many records last week, but he's showing he can even run on the ground, but Prestige and the Kent State defense definitely going to try to adjust for that. There's a lot of weapons here, but now LSU has a chance here in the red zone to keep it moving. We'll see if they can make it 24 or 20-0.
Cole, it looked like he had time.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure what he was thinking going straight in, but it's, second down.
Yeah, 4 wide out set here, Cole, and he's going to step back. Halfback goes off to the flat, gets a shot out there, almost picked off as he was trying to go to what I think it was Apollo Jackson there, but yeah, 3rd and 13.
Great play by Montreal Wright in this Kent State secondary. Look for them to at least try to stop him. That's the only chance they're going to have if they can stop these 3 elite wideouts.
Yeah, trips to the right. Pump. Nope, no pump fake. Gets it down to the halfback, Christopher Jones, and he breaks one. Pushing forward, he actually picks up the first down on a 14-yard reception. That's great work by Christopher Jones.
Yeah, Jones showing his toughness there, and, well, LSU, they're put in the hole there. They didn't want to go for a field goal. Now they got great chance. Kent State really got to lock it down here.
Yeah, here early in the second, we got trips to the left side. We've seen trips for LSU most of the night. Even though it's raining, they're passing the ball. And JMJ's going to keep this one, and there's nobody around for the 6-yard touchdown.
It's only fitting. JMJ, he started with the run. I think it was like 60-plus yards. Get close. You got the space. JMJ says, I'll just walk it in. 24-0 or 23-0, about to be 24 LSU.
Yeah, here's the extra point, Cole, and it is good. Tack it on. 24-0 here early in the second. And let's just give a couple of shout-outs here for everybody here in the chat. Let's see who we got. We got Colby. We got Earl Flint. J11 Knight, Naki, Neil Mason, the minor leaguer, Alonzo Simmons, and EJ Ruiz, and TD joining us. Thanks, guys, for joining us here on YouTube for the CFSL as Kent State takes the ball at the 27-yard line, and Cairo Croft has a tight end in motion here, sets up, has some trouble there. Gets it off, almost picked off.
Yeah, that's going to be Rogalski that almost picks him off. Great work by this LSU defense. And the story tonight, not only is this LSU and JMJ with their great offense, but this defense, they got a shutout going in the half.
Yeah, let's see if Croft can get something going here. He's actually going to keep this one, and he's running toward the sideline. He just moves it around, shakes a little bit, and Cairo Croft picks up 14. Not really sure. Cole, he probably could have turned that upfield sooner.
Maybe, but this is almost a trend here, seeing quarterbacks showing toughness on the run.
Yeah, okay, Croft has the first down. Nice little flip there to the receiver, and Perry has a 9-yard reception, 2nd and 1.
I want to draw attention to the fact, Nickelberry, I don't know if he may have one catch maybe, so it's up to Perry, Peters, Taylor, the other wide receivers on this offense to pick up the slack if Nickelberry's being covered.
Yeah, well, let's go to an ace formation with the tight end in motion here for Croft coming across. It looks like LSU is in a zone here. Croft has time scanning the field, goes deep and caught. That's actually a great catch by Kyler Perry. Even though it's only 14 yards, he's diving towards the sideline as he gets hit.
And I think they made an adjustment here on this drive. Croft showing, they had it earlier with Taylor, now it's with Perry, getting those other wide receivers in the game.
Yeah, Croft has time, slips it over the middle, and Jace Nickelberry, you called it out. He gets a nice reception there, 2nd one of the night.
Right, and another testament to the LSU defense. Perry has 23 yards on 2 receptions, Nickelberry on 2. That's the 2 top wide receivers for Kent State being shut down.
All right, we got Croft looking around. Wow, dangerous throw there. And Connor Meraki, thank you, Cole. He actually had to jump up to grab that one. And it looked like he was going to get leveled, but he comes back down, gathers himself, gets a few extra yards. Croft, 3rd and inches, goes with the draw play, and LSU does get Grigley on the loss, so a 4th and 1.
Yeah, Rogalski again. What a great stop by the linebacker for LSU. And again, the story of the night, not only is it LSU's offense and Apollo Jackson and JMJ, but this defense, Rogalski, Alonzo Benjamin had a sack earlier. It's really showing their prowess.
Well, let's see if they actually pick it up. They do. Grigley actually going to get the draw play and take it at least 6 yards, 8 yards in fact, and they pick up the first down with a 4 wide out set. It's a draw play on 4th and 1. That's what Kent State needs, is to start getting momentum, Cole. They go back to a 3 wide set, and Croft in the red zone, pumps it left, looking downfield in the back of the end zone, and he had some defenders there, Cole.
Absolutely, yeah. Nickelberry, I believe, was the intended target, but great call, I think, on 4th down, especially when you're down 24-0 on the road already. If they were able to get that pass in, it was a tough throw, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, for sure. You got the halfback Grigley off to the side there, and no, he doesn't pass it to Grigley, but we're breaking tackles. Fighting for the end zone is Jeff Taylor on the 17-yard reception.
I almost thought it was going in. Taylor has been probably the best player on this Kent State offense so far, so I definitely agree keeping them involved in this short passing. See what he can get upfield and keep him involved in this offense for sure. Now in the red zone, you can go for it again.
Yeah, he definitely could. That was just a quick crossing route across the middle of the field there, picks it up, and yeah, he's fighting for every yardage there. It looked like he could have broke that and tumbled into the end zone. But they're inside the 5. They're going back to the ace formation, which Kent State has been in most of the night. Croft hands this one off to Grigley, which goes nowhere.
Another great tackle by this defensive front. I think, yeah, it looks like it's Rogalski again. And
Dylan LeBlanc.
I love it. Oh, yeah. I like the idea for the Kent State offense, especially when you're this close to the end zone. But with the way that LSU defensive front's playing, you might want to try it in the air.
Yeah, and they go to a 3 wideout set on the left side. Croft actually keeps this one in the read option, and he actually does score. So Kent State on the board.
Absolutely, definitely need momentum. And great work on Croft as well, recognizing the pressure, trying to go up. And I thought he was about to get sacked, but he was able to turn it into a touchdown, and that's the decision-making that got Croft to be one of the highly sought-out transfers.
Going for two here, Cole. We're going for two in the second quarter. Croft is in the back, steps up, passes it, and is caught for the 3-yard reception by Marecki, and going for two.
First reception of the night for Marecki as well. Great trick play. You're not only down by 2 scores instead of 3. I like the call for Kent State. You got to be aggressive when you're down 24.
In Baton Rouge, of all things, Cole, in the rain, Kent State, they don't care. So LSU is going to get the ball back on the return. They get this one out to about the 24, 25-yard line. But yeah, last 5 drives for LSU, touchdown, field goal, and their first punt, or their punt was on the first series. So LSU definitely finding their groove.
Absolutely, and if Kent State wants any chance in this game, they got to be more like the first drive and not like the next 4.
Yeah, JMJ in the backfield. Ooh, blitz coming off the right side, and he does get to Justin Morris Jr., and that was a quick blitz by Chris Gargis.
Absolutely. I believe it was Prestige. I don't know if he'll get credit for the sack, but that's the one who was there first. It was Prestige and Gargis.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. So those 2 guys, when you have the secondary come down, it can be risky, especially with this passing offense for LSU, but great call by the Kent State DC, and Prestige with, I believe, his first sack of the night, maybe his second.
Yeah, corner blitz by Prestige. You're right. JMJ has had time there. He's going to keep it. He's actually picking up some good yards. Smart and slides. We haven't seen a whole lot of that in the CFSL where the QBs are sliding. They're usually fighting for the yards, Cole.
Absolutely, but it's a balancing act. You saw earlier JMJ fight against these defenders, but if you're about to get a first down, you're on 3rd and 3 here.
Yeah, so 3rd and 3 after the sack. He puts him in a good situation, and he fumbles the ball. And his 2 LSU offensive linemen are standing around, and Kent State does not pick up the ball. It actually goes into a 4th and 12 here. But, Cole, nobody actually picked that ball up right away.
Absolutely. I thought Kenny Gilbert actually had it for a second there, but exactly what the doctor prescribed, more like the first drive, less like the next 4. On the 6th drive here, it looks like Kent State 6 times the charm. They're able to force a punt, and whether it's a fumble would have been nice, but I'm sure the Kent State offensive coordinator is very happy he gets to start the ball without another touchdown.
Yeah, and JMJ just gets laid out. You know, just the ball comes out, gets laid out. So Kent State, though, has an opportunity. They had some good drives earlier. They were able to move the ball, Cole, but they missed a field goal. They got into the red zone. They finally did score the second time around. Would you like to see the same kind of formation where they're in that ace set?
It really depends on what you think's going to do well. Let's see here.
Yeah, Croft steps back, pumps it, goes deep, and it's picked. No, it's dropped by Beasley. He kicks the deflection instead. Croft actually going really risky there into double coverage.
You got to take some risks. I didn't really agree with that one, but Jameson Beasley and Royce Anderson Jr. covering the receiver there. Great play again by this LSU defense, this secondary this time.
Yeah, Croft going to give it off here, and Grigley not having a good night as he gets minus 2 yards there, and it's going to be 3rd and 12. Cole, we're going to have to talk about Grigley not having a great time against this LSU defense here in a minute. 3rd and 12. There you go. 0 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. We go to 4 wideout set here on the 50-yard line. Croft steps back to pass, has time. He's looking, throws short, and they can't get the yardage from Ian Rogers, Cole.
Absolutely. And even in these last few plays that I've been counting here, not only obviously Rogalski's been the star, but I want to shout out Damian Lewis for helping tackle. I think the last 3 plays he's helped start the tackling.
Yeah, so what's the problem for Grigley? Why can't he get going?
Well, LSU defense, the defensive front, LeBanc, Shepard, Alonzo Benjamin, absolutely suffocating. And not only has it affected the Grigley, but Croft as well. He's been forced to throw it more often than not. And now LSU got a 1st and 10.
Yeah, and LSU's in bad field position here on their own 1-yard line. They should be giving it to Christopher Jones. And he's actually brought down in the end zone. That's going to be a safety for Kent State.
Yep, start the triangles. Now you're only down by 14. Especially, I want to see who got the tackle there. It might have been, do you know who it was?
I didn't get the number on it. Look like
Trey White. It's Trey White.
Trey White. Okay.
Yep. Really great tackle by Trey White, and well, he got the ball back.
Yeah. So they need to make the most of these opportunities as the second quarter is winding down. They had a great punt. Special teams comes in handedly, puts LSU in bad field position. Use Christopher Jones to try to get out of it. They still wind up with the safety. Now can Kent State's offense do something with Cairo Croft? Keeping it here and gets leveled. Oh man. Dylan LeBlanc, Cole.
Yep, and I believe that was Rogalski again, if I'm correct. No, it was Dylan LeBlanc, excuse me, 53. Great plays by the LSU defense is what's keeping LSU in the lead here, even as their offense has stalled out the last few drives.
Yeah, LeBlanc and Rogalski are everywhere. Easy to get those two guys mixed up as they're pretty much on the play every single time. Croft looks left, and that's just Nickelberry does get the reception, but not what you need. It's only 3rd and 12, and they're going to have to really make up the field position here, Cole, as they go to a 4 wideout set. Croft, the high-risk player, let's see what he does here. Pressure in his face, throws deep down the field, and almost picked off again by Beasley. That's the second time Beasley should have had one, Cole.
Yep, and it looks like on the night so far, if you look at that stack ticker, Cairo Croft 13 for 17 for 96 yards. So that's 13 passes, only 96 yards, not even 100, and 0 and 7 on third down conversions. It's killing them.
Yeah, and that gives the ball right back to LSU. And I know they're only up 14, but it feels like more, Cole.
It does. And the biggest reason for that is that LSU, again, that defense right there is stealing the show. And you would think earlier Apollo Jackson, JMJ with that connection might be the stars, but Beasley, the rest of that defense have shown how talented they are.
Yeah, and Christopher Jones on a halfback dive up the middle gets 3 there. LSU really liking the trip formations on the left or the right side, but they're getting some yards on the ground here. J&J is going to come up, another trip set to the top of the screen. J&J looks like Kent State's in a man coverage. And they're going to go back with a halfback draw, and nothing on this one as he doesn't even pick up a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yep, shout out to Barnes, and I believe it was Ben Champion as well on that tackle. This LSU offense, they still got to try to keep the pressure going.
Yeah, J&J in the gets the ball here. Looked like they were trying to set up a halfback screen, but Kent State blows that one up.
Absolutely, and that looks like it wasn't the secondary. No, it was Oliver Saxon, the defensive end. So very great play by the defensive front. We haven't seen much of them for Kent State. They had a sack or two earlier, but they got to stay up front and keeping the pressure on if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, I'll admit though, Cole, that this is another time that Kent State has pushed them into a 3rd and out. I believe it's the 3rd one of the game, but they need to make the most of these opportunities as he brings it up. Breaks a couple of tackles. He actually breaks 4 tackles, it looks like there, and he gets over the 50-yard line. And Quinn Peters with a 17-yard return, Cole. That one looked fancy.
Absolutely. And Anthony Stover with the tackle there, probably looking at all of his other teammates there like, come on, guys, it's not that hard. But Kent State on offense now.
Yeah, we got a bunch formation to the top of the screen there. Croft going to go deep down the sideline. That's a 14-yard reception. Looked like he was going to go deeper. He had a man further downfield, but Ian Rogers with the reception.
Yeah, look at Rogers there. Only 1 reception for 11 yards last week. He's been a much bigger part of this game. I
agree. Yeah, Croft steps back. Pressure coming from the left side, and overthrown is the receiver. Croft 14 of 22. It's actually what we expect when we coming into the game for Croft, as he was 27 of 41 last week. He does get pressured. He doesn't do well. So let's see if LSU can keep that up as Croft is in a 2nd and 10 situation. Looks down the field, and this one gets deflected.
Yeah, let me see here. I believe it was
number 54.
Yeah, it's the secondary again. Rogalski, the linebacker.
Yeah, the linebacker.
Another great deflection.
All right, we got trips to the bottom of the screen on the left side. No time, really, and it's deflected at the line. And it's dropped. Oh, LSU, you're dropping all the interceptions tonight, but good on you because it's 4th and 10.
Yeah, Weiserma right there, he's been great on special teams, he's been great on defense, but right there he really wishes he had a second chance at that play.
Cole, that was the beach ball in the crowd. You pop it up and someone else is there to catch it or pop it up again. Nobody gets it, though.
Yeah, but now LSU, I mean, at that point it's almost a punt now that they're starting at the 20 here, but Still, I'm sure Wiseman was looking at that and shaking, knowing that he could have had added to his interception total there.
Could have. Well, LSU's been balanced. Good mix of the run, good mix of the pass. We go back and J&J is in the shotgun here and looking around. Actually finds Apollo, and he picks up the first down. I believe that's Apollo Jackson on the reception.
Yep, it is 7 receptions, 76 yards. Look at that, 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. We talk about how great the 3 wide receivers for LSU are. It looks like the Kent State defense has been able to at least attempt to stop 2 of them, Flores and Knight, but Apollo Jackson showing you got to cover all 3 if you want a chance.
Yeah, of course, and they have weapons all over the receiving core. I'm sure it's a fun receiving room there at LSU with all the talent they have, and J&J has plethora of people to throw to. This time he hands it off to Christopher Jones, who gets a 11-yard gain on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, exactly, and not even going away from the elites. You got Tyson Ewell Jr., the 3-star, and Edward, the 5-star as well.
J&J steps back on this one. He's going to keep it. He looked around. He kept it. He's moving to the outside. Breaks the tackle, stumbles to the 45, and that's a 5-yard touchdown, or a 5-yard run. I know LSU wants more touchdowns here, but it's 2nd and 5. Not a first down, not a touchdown. My apologies. They go to an empty back set, throws it across. Almost picked off! Oh, Cole. Not what you want to do.
First turnover of the game. Rocky Dale had a good tackle right there, sets up, makes him want to throw it down the field, and believe it was, Marshall Wright. Had a pass deflection last game and 11 tackles. Now he's really showing, if they want to stay in the game, you got 49 seconds in the half. Let's see if they can make a drive out of it.
So that was, I believe, J&J's 40th passing or roughly 60th attempt on the season, and he finally throws a pick there. First one of the season. Croft throws this one to the outside, and London Paradas with the 3-yard reception.
Yeah, Paradas, is that his first reception, I believe?
It was his first reception. Croft in the backfield, looking around, has time, throws over the middle. This one dropped. No, it's deflected by Damian Lewis.
Yeah. Again, going back to Calipari and some of these accessory receiving weapons, not Nickelberry. And Kent State's had some success with it. We can see him try to do that.
Yeah, so here we go with Croft. He's got 4 wideouts. Pressure. And this one, he doesn't pick up the sack. The LSU defense doesn't, but, God, they were in his face.
It was close. I thought, I was going to struggle to attempt who would even get that sack, just how many people were on him. That offensive line's got to play better if Kent State wants a chance here, down 14.
Yeah, and we're winding down in the second quarter here, about to end the first half. And LSU's up by 14. I don't think they're really going to get anything here, Cole, but you should see them run it. Over on Twitch, Miami and Auburn. Auburn's up 10-3 over the Hurricanes at the end of the first. If you have the ability, throw that stream up, show some love, put it on your phone, put it on your other monitor. That one is looking to be a good one as they enter into the second. Back here on YouTube, LSU up 14 on Kent State as J&J was looking around. He keeps this one, breaks the tackle, doesn't pick up. His ball's on the ground, Cole.
Yeah, it looks like Kent State recovers as well. I was literally about ready to start talking about this Kent State secondary, and I'm not sure who is either a linebacker or a secondary there, but Kent State, their defense is showing up here, and it looks like it was Rocky Dale who had another pressure on that fumble beforehand. He started it. I'm not sure who actually is going to get credit here. It might be Cole there, but we'll see who gets it, but great work.
Yeah, and Cole, they actually have a chance here to score before the end of the half with 21 seconds left. They go to look like 4 wideouts here. Croft has time. He's looking across, and it's a deflection.
Yep, and this is the second chance they've gotten here, but this LSU defense, once again, showing how great they can be in coverage, how great they can be on the pass defense, and it's really suffocating them.
Yeah, 18 seconds left here in the half. Cairo Croft looking to make a play. He likes to make that big pass. This one he settles for the underneath, and he's out of bounds, which is great. So it's 3rd and 1, out of bounds. They don't use a timeout with 13 seconds left on the clock.
3rd and 1, 13 seconds. You almost might want to run it here, take a timeout, and get 4 shots at the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Well, they have 2 timeouts. The crowd is definitely going wild here as we're going to end the first half. Croft finds somebody over on the left side, breaking tackles. He needs to get down. They finally call a timeout with 7 seconds to go. They're not bringing the kicking team out, Cole. It's actually going to be a trips formation to the top side of the screen on the right side for Croft. And LSU looking to be in a zone coverage. Croft looking around, finds somebody in the middle of the field. He's moving. He's not getting down. There's 1 second left. They call the last timeout, Cole.
Great work by that defense. Nickelberry finally got a catch, and they're going to go for a field goal here. They almost weren't able to because of LSU keeping them up.
Yeah, and Kent State gets this one through, and so we're actually going to go into the half 24-13, LSU up, and stick around here for the halftime show brought to you by PX1 Sports. And welcome into the halftime at PX1 Sports, where we have LSU versus Kent State here in the CFSL. And I'm joined by my buddy Cole Mantle. Cole, Kent State's actually getting a lot of opportunities.
It's the defense, battle of the defenses here. And I wanted actually, for the graphic up here for the viewers at home, rushing yards 7 for 110. This is the biggest difference. LSU, Christopher Jones, you'd think that they would have trouble, but I guess the home crowd is egging them on, and they're having a great time here versus the elite running back for Grigley. He's really having not a great night, and that's, I think, the biggest difference.
Yeah, Cole, we're entering into the second half here, and if I'm LSU, I really don't want to see any more turnovers. J.M.J. has definitely put the ball on the ground. Kent State, not so much.
I couldn't agree more. The reason that this game is only 11 instead of much more is because of those turnovers. If LSU really wants to run away with this, they're going to have to limit mistakes.
Yeah, I agree. We got Cairo Croft here looking around. There's a wide receiver bubble screen. Doesn't really get a good block off to the edge. Jeff Taylor only a 4-yard reception.
Great work for Taylor there. And again, with these accessory wide receivers, Nickelberry, he's been covered a lot by these great LSU defense at home. I definitely want to see more accessory wide receivers here involved.
I agree. And we're getting a halfback screen, which hasn't really been helpful all night. But this one, he actually breaks the tackle before he gets laid out.
And Grigley, he hasn't been great on the ground, but we saw this once or twice in the first half as well. As you can see there, Kyle Croft, 20 of 33. Grigley on the passing game has been pretty effective.
Yeah, Croft fakes the handoff, throws it to the left of the tight end, number 87, and he gets pushed out of bounds.
And another great short pass by Paradis as well. Kane and Paradis both haven't been quite as involved, but I'd like to see them in the short passing game to get under this LSU secondary.
Well, we've got a bunch formation at the top, and they don't go to it. They actually go to a draw play. Andrew Grigley does pick up 2. They're in a 3rd and 3rd situation, Cole. We're looking for Kent State to actually continue some momentum here as they close out the first half with a field goal after a turnover. Now they're trying to get across the 50. Croft steps back, throws a bullet wide open to his wideout, who gets shoved out of bounds. That's Ian Rogers.
Again, accessory wide receivers. I actually want to give a shout out here on the defensive side. Dylan LeBanc, last play, and it looks like on this play as well, superhuman efforts almost as well. He wasn't quite as successful on this second play, but especially throughout the first half and even on the first few plays of this drive, he's been quite a force to look for on this line.
You know what I'm actually looking for, and it's what LSU hasn't capitalized on, which is the Cairo Croft high-risk performances that he goes for. He's getting back towards that red zone where you're looking for him to throw deep. He pumps it left, he throws deep, and he actually, his man had it, Cole, and he drops it in the end zone.
Absolutely brutal job. Really, it was not a great, you don't never want to see that when you have that amount of space in the end zone.
Yeah, man, I was just calling it out. He had the opportunity as Grigley gets stuffed in the backfield, and we talk about Croft and his style of play. He definitely has that slinger mentality where he's going to throw deep. He's going to make that risky pass. And that one, he actually put it in a good spot for his wide receiver who just doesn't come up with it. He has two wideouts here in the ace formation to the top side of the screen. He has time. He's looking around. Picked off, Cole. And this one is actually picked off inside the red zone. And LSU is bringing it back all the way to the 24-yard line.
Yep. Jamison Beasley with the first interception, first turnover for LSU, and target there was Ian Rogers, but just a little bit underthrown. And Beasley, I believe he's had 2 pass deflections and that interception. It seems that, if anything, Cairo might want to try to avoid him.
Yeah, Cairo Croft wants to avoid him because Beasley has been everywhere. In fact, Beasley should have had 2 other picks earlier tonight. They just dropped. We're going to call it the rain, Cole. We're just going to say the rain contributed to that one. As JBJ hands this one off to Christopher Jones up the left side. Gets a few yards there, goes into a 2nd and 7. But big turnover for Kent State, Cole.
And the defense is responding for Kent State as much as they can there. They got to get a nice hold here if they want to keep themselves in the game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. No wideouts on the left side here. Should be a run play to the left, and it is Christopher Jones taking this one. Wow, really big run all the way down to the 42. That's a 16-yard run by Christopher Jones.
We were joking earlier about LSU and maybe one of their players being like, how can you guys not tackle this? Well, now Kent State, it looks like the Marchwell Wright's looking at his teammates asking, where were you guys? That was a great run by Jones, and LSU, they might keep going to that on the ground if it's working.
Yeah, and we kind of called it out earlier with the rain and stuff, but LSU go into a 4 wideout set. Quick bubble screen to the right. If he would have broke that tackle, there was no one there for Dominique Flores.
And yep, Flores is one of those 3 guys, and a great placement of the body back. Cole, it looks great on the high rate reel, but he got the tackle, and that's what's important.
Yeah, we got tripped on the bottom side to the left of JMJ. He steps back, has time. He's actually going to keep this one. Not sure if that's the smartest decision as he ends up coming up with a sack going into 3rd and 5.
Yeah, he was definitely pressured there, and sometimes you got to make quick decisions to pressure. That was the wrong one. Great work by the defensive end, Kelby Gilbert, and the linebacker, Christopher Barnes for Kent State on getting a great tackle there. And Kent State, they got to keep doing this if they want to end the drive and get the offense back on the field.
But here we are from the same story from week 1 where LSU was 50% on 3rd down. They're 50% tonight. It's 3rd and 5. Let's see if they can continue that trend. JMJ steps back, looks across the middle, wide open. He has his man, and he gets tripped up at the 11-yard line. Cole, it's Apollo Jackson again.
Oh, my goodness. Guys, I don't even want to call out names here, but I think it was Wright and Trey White. Just absolutely, no, excuse me. It was Marshall Wright and someone else, maybe a walk-on that just absolutely 5 yards of open field.
Well, you know what? Now LSU is knocking on the door with trip formations to the left. JMJ's got time and had a little pressure from the right, and nope, doesn't matter. Tim Smith with the touchdown in the back of the end zone.
And I'm so excited Tim Smith was able to get this touchdown. He's been getting some small passes, really putting in some great blocks against this Kent State defense, and I'm really happy for him for getting, it looks like he had 1 touchdown last game. He's got 1 touchdown this game now.
Yeah, only had the 1 reception last week for the touchdown. I'm pretty sure that's only his first, maybe 2nd reception of the night.
I believe it's his 2nd or 3rd.
Okay, so, hey, efficient. When he catches the ball, he makes big plays happen. LSU goes up 31-13 here about midway into the 3rd. And we get a good kickoff here. Let's see what Kent State does on the kick return at 24-yard line, Cole. Story of the night is LSU's defense playing well, not getting the turnovers. Now it looks like here in the 2nd half, Cairo Croft is going to have to be pressing. So Cole might actually see some more turnovers by this LSU defense. We have trips to the top of the screen, Cairo Croft over the middle into some traffic, but gets Nickelberry for a 9-yard reception.
Yeah, great catch by Nickelberry there. And this, I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. This LSU defense, they got to be on their game here in the rain. Make sure they don't drop another interception there. See if they can get some opportunities.
Yeah, Croft steps back. He has time. He's looking around. Actually gets one. Nice placement by Croft to Nickelberry in between the linebacking core and the safeties.
Well, we saw LSU on the offense there with JMJ and Apollo Jackson. Now Nickelberry finally, with his quarterback Cairo Croft, trying to get involved on this game. If we can get these long passes going, you throw a long pass, we'll try to throw a long pass. We'll see how risky he goes and if the LSU defense tries to. But
well, they go into an ace formation here, or 3 wideout set, sorry. And Croft has nowhere to go, and number 53 of LSU gets to him for the sack.
Yep, Dylan LeBanc, great play by him. Rogalski, I'm going to give a shout out as well. He was helping, but it's really Dylan LeBanc bringing it home, showing his athleticism, running after the quarterback, Cairo Sanders, who's shown he's got some legs. Absolutely great play by Dylan LeBanc. And he's had 20 games so far in his career and has tackle for loss. Here's he's got a sack, but I believe he's tackle for loss as well in every game in his 21st career game.
Second and 17 with a 4 wide out set. A little bubble screen, and that one to nobody. In fact, it's to the back of the LSU defender.
Yeah, deflected. I'm not sure exactly. It might have been Alonzo Benjamin who deflected it, but try to get some passes.
Yeah, well, Croft doesn't get anywhere with that throw as well, and that's actually a flag, and it looks like we have pass interference on Ian Rogers, and they're going to decline that one, and it's 4th and 17. Quick update on the Miami-Auburn game, which is winding down the first half. Auburn with the ball. It's 13-10, Auburn leading as they wind down over there on Twitch. So if you don't have the stream up, throw it up and enjoy that one as well, as that's a nice close game. Back over here on YouTube, LSU up 31-13 over Kent State.
And what a great tackle. I believe it's going to be, Matthew Prestige again with the Kent State defense. They've shown, even though they're down more now, that they're able to play.
Yeah, and we're going to fake the handoff here and throw into coverage, and it's actually going to get picked off at the 45. Kent State's going to bring this one back at least 10 yards, and gets leveled there at the 30.
Gabriel Cole, I've been talking about him a little bit. I made a few references, but here he's really showing, he's making good efforts all game. Good play, good work ethic, and this is what happens when you keep grinding. Gabriel Cole with an excellent interception, able to read that play, and now Kent State's got an excellent opportunity if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, that's actually a really good job there by the Kent State defense, putting them in good field territory to make some noise on this drive. Let's see if Cairo Croft can actually do it. No, they're going to give it off to Grigley, who actually has a great run, and he fumbles the ball, though. It's on the ground, and it looks like LSU has the ball.
Yeah, I see it in the hands. I'm not sure. 3. It's going to be in the hands of Brody Edward, who hasn't had much action, but I was about to give some praise for Grigley for what could be his longest run of the night, but it's raining. I understand that. You can't fumble.
We get a booth review, Cole.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
So is this one actually going to be down? I didn't see it from that angle. It looked like it might. It was coming out. It looks like it's coming out. This might. It looks like it's coming out before he hits the ground. If you're Kent State, you want to keep this one. Let's see what the official call is. And it's reversed. So actually, Kent State keeps the ball. LSU, I'm sorry, you're not winning. You're not getting that turnover. You're not winning on that call. Kent State, you have another opportunity just outside the red zone. As Croft looks back, he throws across the middle and dropped. It looked like Ian Rogers.
Jeff Taylor. Yep.
Jeff Taylor was on the receiving end of that one that drops it. But yeah.
2 and 13 on 3rd down for Kent State.
Wow. Just immense pressure from the LSU defense as Grigley gets up the field, holds on to this one for the 8-yard run into the red zone, and it's 1st down. Another set of downs for Kent State. LSU's defense has been tremendous all night long, Cole, but I think the weather is kind of playing with them.
Yeah, at least a 3 for 14 now, but still not a great showing. 1st and 10, we'll see how they can do here in the red zone.
Yeah, Croft actually has time to go back to Grigley on the ground. And yeah, 2 yards, 1 yard. Only picks up a yard on that one. They're trying to rely on Grigley. They said that they wanted to come into the game relying on Grigley. Hasn't had the best night, Cole, but maybe he gets something here and they can pick up a touchdown. Croft looking around, bubble screen, gets to the outside, and around a blocker is Nickelberry.
And Nickelberry, if they can get him involved, if they can get him around this suffocating secondary from LSU, it's going to be a great weapon for them. They're still down a lot, though, now in the 3rd quarter. You really got to hope you can score here.
Yeah, Nickelberry, the primary target for Croft, and as he steps back, he's looking for a halfback screen. He gets it. Gilbert doesn't get to the 1st down, though. Good job by the LSU defense, and it's 4th and 3.
And they're going for a field goal, even though they're down by 18. You're going to be down by 15. I guess it's 2 scores instead of 3, but I would have almost liked them 4th and 3, 3rd and 3 minutes and change left for them to go for a touchdown. But they got the 3 points.
Yeah, they get the 3 points on the board, 16-31. They're making up a little bit of ground. Like you said, though, it could be a 2-score game if they go for a 2-point conversion later on if they do score. LSU's defense, bend, don't break attitude is definitely playing off, having the weather help out. as we get a good return from Josh Knight. That's a 27-yarder. What do you want to see from JMJ?
Josh Knight. You just saw him right there with the punt return. He's a great player as well. Don't get me wrong, Flores and Jackson having a night, but get to Knight, and I think you can have some more fun.
Well, they fake the handoff here and pass it out to the left side in the flats, and that's Brody Edward on the 11-yard reception. Haven't said his name tonight. Yeah, that's his first reception.
Yeah, he's a 5-star as well. We like to talk about the three elites, Jackson, Knight, and Flores, but Brody Edward out of Lake Worth, Florida, showing he's got some skill as well.
Yeah, corner coming over to offense as we get a handoff to Christopher Jones, who's a right up the gut for the 10 yards. And before he gets just hit, he picks up 10 yards, and that's another first down.
Christopher Jackson, maybe the home crowd's helping, maybe it's the rain, they're relying on the run, but Christopher Jones, I don't know why I said Jackson, really good night tonight.
Yeah, trips to the top of the screen on the right side for JMJ. He actually throws a little one to the flats, and we get Apollo Jackson falling out of bounds with a little style there. 9 receptions, 120 yards. Apollo Jackson having himself a night.
13.3 yards per catch, and that's really what's making the difference for LSU right now.
Justin Morris Jr. finds his target in the right side. Who else? Apollo Jackson.
13.2 average now, but 10 receptions, 132 yards. Justin Morris, 21, 29, 243, 3 touchdowns. 2 interceptions, not great. This passing offense, even the range, showing their skill.
All right, Justin Morris Jr. Looks like he almost had his target there, but that's another drop as they go into 2nd and 10. Let's head over to Twitch real quick, as the start of the third actually has Auburn and Miami all tied up. It's going to be a great finish there in the second half. If you don't have it up, get it up. That's a great game going on Twitch. Back over here on YouTube as Kent State, Christopher Jones gets stumped in the backfield, Cole.
Yeah, that's going to be Glissack on the tackle. 5 tackles, 2 for a loss. And this Kent State defense, they played well. They're keeping them even if it's 31 points scored on them.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 here. JMJ needs to do something. Throws deep into the end zone. Almost picked off by Prestige again.
Yeah, Prestige might be the MVP of this defense. Has performed admirably in the rain on the road. What a great block by him. And now it's 4th and 12.
And hey, we got to give it to Kent State. They've had shown some really good defense tonight and keeping this prolific, high-scoring offense, or at least elite offense talent at bay most of the night.
Yeah, on the surface, JMJ, he's got some great yards, but that 2 interceptions is showing that they're trying their best there for the Kent State defense.
And Croft doesn't have time to get rid of this one as nobody's protecting him, and he gets brought down. It's 2nd and 10. Actually, the ball slips out, so they're not going to call it a sack. He's actually just going to get an incompletion on that one. But still, the LSU front 3 in his face. Croft gets this one out on a little crossing route to Jeff Taylor. That's a 6-yard reception. It's 3rd and 4, Cole.
Yep, and talking about that last sack back there, that wasn't a sack. LeBanc and Benjamin and Rogalski and all of that defensive front is really showing their talent right there.
I agree. Cross steps back, hands it off actually on the draw, and Grigley, nothing. 4th and 4. Are they going to stay on the field, Cole?
They should. No, they're not.
They should. They don't. Maybe that's only for the 4th quarter for Kent State. They're actually going to give the ball right back, so should be good at field position for LSU if he gets across the 50, and he does. Ooh, nice little juke there. And he's brought to about the 43. And I just want to talk about Kent State because they had a really good defensive showing so far, where the defense is, they've given up some points, but they're playing well. They're not giving up against LSU in Baton Rouge. There's a pitch to the outside for Christopher Jones, but Kent State right here, as we're talking about, only gives up to 2 yards. But they actually had a 38-31 performance in Week 1 against Bowling Green. And I think there's a little bit more fight in them tonight, Cole, as they gave up 21 points in that 4th quarter against Bowling Green.
Couldn't agree more. And this second half showing is, even if you might win or lose, really impressive and something to look forward to for this Kent State defense.
I agree. And you know what? You learn from week to week, and I'd say Kent State definitely learned as they came in against the powerhouse of LSU here in Baton Rouge, and J.M.J. finding his man for the first down. Flores, thank you. I'd like to see maybe we get a Tim Smith sighting here again.
We'll see. LSU, we'll see if they can get another touchdown here as well.
Yeah, wide receiver falls down on that one as he's around the 20-yard line. I think it was Apollo that slipped there in the rain, so JMJ just kind of throws that one away. His favorite target on the ground, I'm throwing it away.
Yep, 22 of 33 for right now.
Yeah,
It's rain's kind of affecting it. Yeah, well, it is efficient in the rain for sure.
Yeah, he has time. He had a 2-back set, looks across, and doesn't pick up the first down, but it's an 8-yard reception, puts them in 3rd and 2, which opens up the playbook, Cole. In the red zone, what do you want to see?
Well, Kent State, they've been good, but they got to be great here. One of their big issues right now, what's causing them to be down is, at the end of the 3rd quarter, we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back with PX1 Sports of the CFSL. 31-16, LSU leads. And we're back here to start the 4. Put the 4s up in the chat as LSU is leading 31-16. And they're in the red zone, and Christopher Jones on the draw play picks it up. He does. He picks up the first down, Cole.
This short yardage situation, we talk all night about how Kent State's doing well in the rain here. At least that was his 2nd tackle, by the way. But the issue here is when you're trying to throw, and these short yardage situations are killing Kent State right now.
Yeah, I agree. JMJ is not going to hand this one off. He's actually going to look into the end zone, and no, he doesn't get his man. Kent State's defense stays true on that one.
Yeah, I mean, LSU, they got 3 more chances. You're up by a bit. Take some shots, I guess.
Pants. JMJ has time, keeps this one. Ooh, spins off a would-be tackler, and then gets put down.
And, I mean, Kent State defense, we're talking about short yardage situations. That's a great tackle right there. And LSU, they're still fighting, and they're still trying to get extending the lead. But the Kent State defense is not doing that. And I think it's Dale, Rocky Dale with a great tackle there to keep the offense, give them a chance when they get back on the field for Kent State.
And we're talking about Kent State's defense playing tough when it matters. And here they are in 3rd and 11 inside the red zone. Can they keep LSU to a field goal? That would be big for them.
Absolutely.
JMJ, halfback screen to Christopher Jones, who doesn't break the tackle. Is that Dale?
Yeah, Rocky Dale again.
Man, Dale just slips, gets Christopher Jones and grabs him by the ankles, it looks like, and flips him up. It stops what would have been, looks like a first down, maybe even the touchdown.
Absolutely. Great play again by this defense. Now going for a field goal.
Yeah, Kent State holding them to maybe a 3 on the board. And kick is up, and it is good. So tack the 3 up, 34 points for LSU tonight, 16 for Kent State. What are you wanting from Kent State right now? Right now, Cole, what do they got to do?
Okay, great kick by Quest, by the way. But, Ray, Kent State, they got to capitalize. You're down 2 or 3 scores here. You really got to push forward, and that's a good return. You're still probably not as good as you like, 20 yards from Penn Peters, but you really got to try to throw it downfield if you're Kent State. I know it might result in an interception, but it's do or die right here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Grigley hasn't really been there for you tonight. He's actually fumbled the ball, giving it over. So is Croft. Croft in the backfield and gets it out to his wideout, who does catch it going out of bounds. It's 2nd and 3, Ian Rogers. We've seen him a bit tonight. That's 65 yards for him. Croft empty backfield with trips bunched up in the left side, goes over to the middle, gets leveled, but holds on to the ball. Kyler Perry on the 6-yard reception. They're actually going what looked like high-tempo offense. Cole, it looked like they were going into a high-tempo offense for 2 plays at least. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Croft has some time, get a little halfback screen. Grigley holds on, breaks some tackles, and that's a 7-yard reception. Is this the pace you want, Cole?
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to shout out the LSU defense real quick as well here. Freeman, Edward, Rogalski. I'm trying to go quick here because we're going quick, but these guys are really pushing and making it hard for Kent State to get upfield.
Yeah, Freeman with 8 tackles on the night as we have a man in motion for Croft, and he's looking, has a crosser, doesn't take it. He's actually going to keep himself as the defender there. He actually does not get the tackle, and Kyler Croft picks up 10 on the play. Yeah,
great work on the run for Croft as well. I think it might have been Stover there. No, excuse me, Davian Lewis. You got to make that tackle. It would be a first down anyway, but that extra yardage is going to kill them.
Yeah, and we go to a trip, 3 wide out set. The extra blocker in with Grigley. Has time to throw. He does. He throws it up.
Oh my
Nickelberry
goodness.
actually comes up with this. Wow, there was every LSU defender around for that one. And somehow Nickelberry comes down with it.
That's 6 players. I mean, you talk about mossing people. Nickelberry showing his talent right there. I mean, I could just try to name them all, but that's got to be, I think, 3 elites in there in terms of talent for defense. What a great catch by Nickelberry. If you can do that some more, Kent State's got a good chance of coming back.
Well, we get a 4 wide out set. Grigley actually goes out here on a late release. He breaks the tackle and actually gets upfield. This one actually might be a 9-yard. Yeah, it is a 9-yard reception. Grigley, little bit too late, buddy. He's starting to show up, though, Cole.
Hey, never too late if you can start a comeback here. And Dylan LeBanc, he's had some good plays, but once again, we're talking about the rain affecting tackling ability. He got wrecked there.
Yeah, and there's going to be a fake handoff, a little pass to the flats. He catches it. That's a great catch by Herman Hall. Haven't said his name a whole lot tonight.
Yeah, that's his first reception, only 3 yards, but it's an important 3 yards. Now you're in the end zone, or red zone, excuse me.
Yeah, go to a 3 wide out set. Looks like the tight end is in there as a fullback. You know, he's just in as an extra blocker for Croft, who throws it. Oh! Anthony Stover almost has that one picked off in the end zone.
Yep, and I believe it was Nickelberry again. Not a bad idea, but if you underthrow it, that's what can happen. Kent State's lucky to still be on the offense right now.
Yeah, probably should have gone towards the pylon there, towards the back of the end option. Croft keeps it and nowhere to go.
Another great work by it's George Smith on the tackle. Another great work of art by the LSU defense. And 16 points through 3 quarters. That's what happens.
Well, they still have a chance here. It's 3rd and 10. We're getting an audible here from Croft at the start of the play. He has time. He's looking deep into the end zone. And I don't think he dragged his foot.
That might have been it. That's Ian Rogers in the end zone, too. I mean, when you know it's audible, when you hear audible, it's going to be a long pass usually, and just didn't work out there.
Yeah, well, we go back to 4 wide out set. This one's going to be a draw play. And that's just nothing for Tyler King. That's just nothing. And you know what? That's not what you wanted. Thought you were going to go to the air on that one, Cole.
I like the idea of 4th down. At least they're going for it on 4th down now. But 4th and 10 in the red zone, you got to pass it. That's especially against this LSU defensive front. Another good tackle by LeBanc.
Yeah, and we get Apollo Jackson on the 16-yard reception, who's having himself quite the night with 12 receptions and 156 yards.
Absolutely. If we're picking an MVP of the offense for LSU, JMJ's had a good game, but Apollo Jackson's really shown, even there, 3 defenders. It took all of their effort, and a 4th one helping them to keep him down. Apollo Jackson showing there may be 3 elites, but right now the MVP is going to be him for the offense.
Yeah, he's definitely having himself a night. He could get into LSU history if he gets up to 14 catches on the night. That would tie him for 3rd most in school history as Jones goes for a yard.
Absolutely. These I expect for a long time. Jackson's a senior, but Flores and Knight are a junior and senior respectively. For the next few years, LSU is going to be really dangerous through the air.
Yeah, and you got to love it here in Baton Rouge. It's, JMJ doesn't get rid of it in time. Where's the ticker? Where's the clock?
Kelby Gilbert, and I believe, I'm not who was helping. Yeah, it might have been Saxon helping him, but Gilbert especially I think is going to get credit. Oh, no, maybe they're going to give it to Saxon. LSU offensive line has been good most of the night. Maybe it's some fatigue in the rain here, but you can't let 2 guys crash on your quarterback at the same time. That's what happens.
Yeah, both from the edge there on the outside. It's going to be 3rd and 16, and that's actually a kind of a trending situation for JMJ, who had 5 sacks last week. He's given up quite a few tonight as well. So throws this one away. 4th and 16 doesn't really hurt them. They're going to give the ball back, but they're up 3 scores.
It might not hurt them, but I'm sure the LSU defense does not appreciate that stop or that effort on that last drive. I don't think it was a stop, actually, but now they're back on defense again. Kent State, they got a golden opportunity here to start trying to come back.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity. They've had multiple opportunities tonight, Cole. But let's take a look in on Twitch, where Auburn is up 23-16 over Miami as Miami has the ball. As they just try to throw one deep, but it was deflected. So if you're not watching that game, throw it up on your phone or put it up on another monitor. It's definitely a good one late in the 3rd. Back over here on YouTube with Cole Mantle as the other broadcaster in the booth. LSU 34-16 over Kent State here, winding down the game. Cairo Croft steps back, looking around. He takes a shot and can't find Ian.
Ooh.
Oh, he does. He does get Ian Rogers outside.
Ian Rogers, we're talking about accessory wide receivers. I'll talk about it again. Ian Rogers might be the best of them. What an excellent catch. And LSU defense, they thought he had him covered. They've had some good plays that secondary for LSU, but the Tigers, I think all of them are bewildered that Ian Rodgers came down with that football.
Yeah, I'm actually bewildered. I thought he didn't get the foot in, but he proved me wrong, and he did. We're going for a halfback screen here, and Grigley picks up 3. Not bad there. You definitely want to see them start to take even more shots here, as they definitely need touchdowns and extra points, the 2-point conversions if they're going to do anything. Got trips on the top side of the screen, empty backfield. Croft is looking around, pressure up the middle, and there it is. That's a sack for 8 yards.
Yeah, Dylan LeBanc again, and the offensive line's been a story as well. Last play, it was the cornerback, I believe, Jameson Beasley, that almost sacked him. Now this time, LeBanc doesn't get almost; he gets the entire sack. And Kent State's offensive line, they've really struggled tonight. It's one of the biggest reasons they haven't been able to capitalize on opportunities in the red zone like this one.
Yeah, and they're probably not going to be able to either, as they have a long way to go. But he breaks the tackles. I was going to say he had a long way to go for the first down. But Kyler Perry putting words into my mouth. I'll take it back, Kyler Perry, as you score the touchdown.
Kyle Perry, he said, who cares about first downs? Let's just get a touchdown. LSU secondary, that's 2 or 3 times on this drive that they've really struggled. And now they're only down by 12. They have a chance to be either, I believe they're going for the PAT, excuse me. So they'll only be down by 11. You got 3 minutes and 13. Crazy things have happened.
Yeah, and they do bring out the offense here for the 2-point conversion. Let's see if they can get it in a 4 wideout set. And they're going to go for the draw play with Grigley, and he's getting stopped at the 1.
I don't know if they're going to review this, but that was really close.
That is really close.
I like the effort. I like the idea.
Yeah, we go for the onside kick here for Kent State. Very rare to get these, and LSU does pick it up. I will say this about Kyler Perry. Cole, I don't know what people eat in the mornings anymore, okay, but definitely put that man on a Wheaties box, because that boy goes to the gym and he eats his Wheaties because he just strongman.
Yeah, that's, again, with these accessory wide receivers, Nickelberry's been covered most of the game. He had some good receptions, but that accessory wide receivers for Kent State really showing.
Yeah, so as we wind down over here towards the end of the game, Miami-Auburn over on Twitch is actually going into the 4th quarter. Auburn 23, Miami 16. That one's turning into a really good game on Twitch TV, Cole. Back over here on YouTube, 34-22, LSU Tigers need to burn the clock.
Go to Jones. It looks like they're doing that there. 16 rushes, 79 yards, a 4.9 yard per carry average. That's really good. And Marshall Wright, look at that. 11 tackles, 1 for a loss. That's a great night for him, even if his team's still down.
Yeah, fantastic night for him. He had, I believe, 11 tackles last week. So matching the double-digit total 2 weeks in a row as Christopher Jones picks up for the clock. It does stop. I think Kent State took the time out there. So 2nd and 6 just outside the red zone. Christopher Jones going to get the ball again. Stopped in the backfield. So 3rd and 4. There's another timeout. Let's see what happens here, Cole, on 3rd and 4. If you're Kent State, you really need this stop.
Absolutely.
And JMJ has time. He's looking around. Gets a little pressure on the right side. And it actually is enough to throw it out of bounds. Kent State, what a big job. I should be in field goal position, though, Cole.
Absolutely. And LSU, they got to keep the pressure on. It looks like they're going for a field goal here, and they'll add some points. Down 15 now. 2 scores.
Yeah.
Or excuse me.
Yeah.
2 scores.
Down 2 scores, and that's Jesse Wolfong. I'm sorry, that's not Jesse Wolfong. That's the Kent State kicker. That's Albert Quest putting 3 on the board. So this one should wrap it up. Down 2 scores. Kent State did their job. They get 3. So, it's been a really good game. I think there's some really good takeaways here, Cole. Kent State's defense definitely showing that they can play with some big powerhouse offenses, which is usually what we see out in the MAC.
Absolutely. And I think a big lesson for Kent State to take away, the numbers might not look pretty, but it's the rain. You're on the road. You're in Baton Rouge. I know the crowd's really loud. Kent State defense, I think the thing they need to take away, if they want to look towards this, that secondary did well. You just got to get some better pressure on the quarterback, and they'll be able to have some success against MAC competition. Yeah,
I agree. Kyra Cross going to look to the flat there on a wheel route to Andrew Grigley, 3-yard reception. They're going to go fast here. They're probably just padding some stats here because realistically, you have 1:16. Not a lot of time left, Cole, but it's some time. We'll see if they can get a miracle out here in Baton Rouge. One timeout left in 3rd and 7, not really looking like they're going to. But, LSU in the rain, it's not pretty. It's pretty ugly. Oh, they bobble the hot potato. Nobody wants it. And that's kind of been the story of the night is, the opportunities have been there for LSU. It hasn't looked pretty, but they're going to come away with a win here.
4-19 on 3rd down conversion. That's killer as well.
Yeah, their defense playing good as Kraft just launches this one, and it is picked. They're trying to make me eat my words, Cole. They really are. Every time I say they're not going to do something else, he comes right back, and they do it. So a minute left. They get the ball back. Kraft does throw an interception, but honestly, I'm not too mad. If I'm Kent State, he had to take some shots, and he does. Just throws a pick.
Great play by Royce Anderson Jr. Great athleticism as well. The 3-star out of Orlando.
Yeah, I agree. So we should see LSU run the ball. They do. Christopher Jones, quiet night on the ground. Both teams not really sticking to the ground game, even though it was raining all night.
I almost disagree, actually. Christopher Jones, he might have had over 100 yards rushing, actually. But, here he goes again.
Well, it seems like it's been a quiet night for Christopher Jones, but he just rattled off 10 yards. That's a 20-yard rush for 98.
Yeah, and Christopher Jones, he's been great in the passing game as well. That's probably part of it. But Jones has definitely been we're talking about Apollo Jackson, but Jones as well has really helped take this game and keep it out of the Kent State claws.
Well, you like to see that if you're the Tigers, the victory formation as JMJ takes the knee. So Christopher Jones not going to get over 100 yards. But any last comments here, Cole?
It looks like we ran out of time. That's my comment.
That's your comment. Okay. So thanks a lot to the executive producer, Mike Peters, and to the broadcast partner, Cole Mantle, for the LSU win over Kent State here in the CFSL. As your player of the game is Justin Morris Jr. This was a PX1 Sports production. And stay tuned as we come right back here on YouTube in about 30 minutes for Ball State and Toledo. Thank you and good night.